In the future, the city lays in ruins after a team of agents were defeated. A young man laments that his life was only just beginning as he bleeds to death. Takeru Kusanagi is currently enrolled at an AntiMagic academy where he is hailed as a sword nut of the lowest possible unit. Takeru prefers to defend himself with a katana than use guns or magic. The young man is burdened with responsibilities after inheriting his parents' debt. He also has the responsibility of supporting his younger sister. He trains at the school so that he can become a highly paid inquisitor, a soldier who prevents witches from destroying the world. Takeru is the captain of the freshman class 35th Test Platoon. When he opens the door, he sees one of his teammates in a bunny costume, posing for the picture. Takeru is beyond this kind of behavior, becoming used to it. The team is the least effective team in the school, consisting of himself, Yusuke, Sayanji, being a sniper who suffers from stage fright, who's also the one in the costume. She's mad at him for trying to pity her. Ikaruga Suganami is a tech genius who enjoys putting people in erotic situations, especially Yusuke. In the headmaster's office, Oka Ootori is a combat prodigy and the adopted daughter of the academy chairman, Takeru Ootori. The chairman is demoting her from her position as an inquisitor for some unnecessary executions of witches and returns her back to the academy as a new member of the 35th platoon. Yusuke is angry with them, not having a plan of action, with it being half a year of them entering the school as a unit, with the team accumulating 0 points in that time. The girl wants a way to improve, but Suganami deems that that's not possible given their current situation, with the team only having Takeru as the only vanguard, with Suganami not being useful in combat, with Usuki being an incompetent sniper. The girl is also very mad that her captain is being too quick to apologize, finding it unbecoming of a captain. Takeru doesn't like having to be the captain, with it not fitting his personality. Suganami decides to help the team, that informing them that a D-rank magical item has gone missing, with it about to be traded illegally tonight, deeming if they succeed in arresting the people involved in it, they would receive a fair amount of points. The flamboyant headmaster, Takeru Ootori, bursts into the children's room. Suganami knows that there's something off about his visit. The headmaster comes clean, liking how the kids stick out, but find their platoon skills to be leaving much to be desired, bringing in a former inquisitor, Oka Ootori, to join the unit, with them all hearing that name before, with Takeru looking in disbelief. She's been the top inquisitor in her class since middle school, with the headmaster also mentioning she's his daughter, with the girl clarifying that she's adopted by him, but nothing more. But they're also not disclosing why she quit her post to come here. Takeru remembers her well, since they were classmates, and that she thoroughly beat him the last time they fought. Despite their individual skills and their lack of effective teamwork, Takeru leads them into several gunmen, while Yusuke accidentally shoots a target in the wrong building. When one of the gunmen insults Takeru's sword, he gets angry. Suganami knows what's about to happen, worried, but allowing him to do so. He reveals that he's skilled enough to slice a bullet in half. He's able to calm down by Suganami using his sister's voice, saying Oni-chan. The girl calls him a sister lover for liking her impression of her, asking how he'd like it, and if she was close. Oka appears and subdues the gunman by herself. Using a combination of shock bullets and nimble martial arts, she was able to defeat them, except for one bandit who climbs into what an Inquisitor's battle armor said. Oka tells him to stay back and to let her handle this, with her shooting all the weaknesses of the joints, saying this is what happens when an amateur pilots their machines. Takeru trips over a stray bullet, worried about her safety, to only accidentally sample one of her melons. The cold girl, who's never had a boyfriend or interest in the opposite gender, is beyond embarrassed. The exchange lasts for a while, with Takeru telling her not to be worried about this, since he prefers plat-chested girls, filling her brain with a bunch of conflicting emotions, with him receiving punches, kicks, and a machine part to his head, but this being because of Yusuke misfiring. He ends up being knocked out and sleeping on her chest, with Oka telling him she's not a pillow. Yusuke is upset with Oka because she's continually disappearing to do missions by herself, which according to Yusuke, makes them all seem awful. Oka gives a critical assessment of the platoon, with her being unimpressed. Because of the intense strain, Yusuke crumbles under pressure, losing her accuracy, asking how is she able to trust that. Suganami is a skilled mechanic, but goes overboard with her modifications, and the annoyance that she has stems from the fact that Takeru is aware of all these flaws in his subordinates, but doesn't inform them, saying they could have died multiple times throughout these missions. She doesn't trust anyone, except for herself, and Suganami is aware of this, with Takeru knowing her assessment was ultimately correct. He still considers her an asset to the team, so he organizes a celebration in her honor. When the girl enters, however, she confronts him about his actions. She reminds him that he did this during the platoon hours, saying she didn't come here to play, leaving. Takeru sees that she's injured, and he goes to pursue after her. Oka explains that she didn't decide to become an investigator for fun and games, not finding it necessary to fill him in on her line of work. Takeru reminds her that if she doesn't realize this, he is their commanding officer, with him unable to abandon a wounded colleague. The girl is embarrassed that he can accompany her on the next errand. They go after Valhalla, the criminal witch group that was interested in buying the relics. The two make a few mistakes, but ultimately manage to take down the shooters with relative ease. A girl's corpse was among several others they found in the trash can, using them all as sacrifices. In a horrific and eerie picture, Oka leaves in an effort to kill the criminals they just apprehended, yet Takeru manages to prevent this. Oka discloses that a witch killed her parent and her sister, with their death leaving a deep-seated hatred of witches, magics, and the individuals who practice these things. The girl has decided to devote herself entirely to eliminating all the witches. She is incapable of teamwork, since collaborating with others will compromise her ability to exact her retribution. Takeru is unable to empathize with her feelings, but he vows to earn her confidence and become a valuable ally, preventing the girl from going down this road by herself. Takeru is being watched by a young girl with glowing violet eyes. Takeru recalls that Oka defeated him in a war battle during the first year of middle school, with the word getting out in the school that a former witch hunter has joined the lowest unit. Oka has been told that one of the members of the 35th Platoon has the potential to become a relic eater and to make a pact with a legendary magical artifact. Lapis, a humanoid weapon with violet eyes, is eager to sign a contract. Taunted has just sacrificed 50 victims, doing so for a new spell, when he encounters Mari Nado, a young witch from Valhalla. Haunted is multi-talented, acting as a necromancer, alchemist, and summoner, with Mari having to work with him temporarily, but deep down she's a kind person at heart, with her truly hating having to work with him. To make up for her mission failure, Usagi demonstrates her accuracy with a toy gun. As a result of them talking, Oka gains knowledge that Takeru's motivation for wanting to become an Inquisitor is solely financial, with her considering him unsuitable for the role of Inquisitor. Defending her commander, Tsuganami reminds her that her license was also revoked, so she has little room to talk about what it means to be an Inquisitor, with the girl earning a terrible nickname called Calamity, with her being notorious for making such a mess of the crime scenes. The girl doesn't dispute this, leaving. Haunted is a madman who sees that the world has changed a lot from his time, with it being more peaceful. With him hating it, he doesn't find there to be any craving, despair, or anything that gives him rush in this world. Activating his spell, the resurrected soul of King Arthur, he orders it to go free the witches held prisoner under the AntiMagic Academy. Takeru follows Oka to her parents' and little sister's gravesite. He asks to know more about the situation and what happened to them, if she'll let him, with the girl telling everything. Oka gave up on her humanity that day. While they're discussing this, an explosion goes off, forcing them to go check it out. The principal solicited the kids' assistance, with Takeru dead set of finding Oka since they got separated. Oka fights valiantly to save them all, going up against King Arthur. With her being pushed into a corner, she has to use her relic eater, calling forth a pair of twin pistols, calling Vlad, with her having a short-term contract with it. After making a blood pact with Vlad, Oka is able to harness some of its power, using Tempest Rain. Despite the damage output, she's not able to win, with this being because the chairman, Vlad's true master, suddenly takes his guns away, leaving her to fend for herself. She's sent flying by King Arthur. Luckily, Takeru appears just in time, with him angry that one of his men was hurt. Tsuganami analyzes the situation, saying that it may be King Arthur and Excalibur, but it's still a railgun model, meaning it needs to cool down after each shot. Usagi is able to create some space between them, but Takeru is overwhelmed by the machine. Despite his skills, he's fatally injured, opening up the scene from episode 1, with him about to die. However, Lapis appears next to him, choosing him to be her second contract, asking him 4 questions, ultimately asking for him to give up his humanity. When he accepts the contract, she heals all his wounds, transforming him into a powerful suit of witch hunter armor with an indestructible sword. She has a special skill to absorb any enemy's magic and then use it against them. Thus, Takeru absorbs the magical power of Excalibur and defeats the monster with one single move, impressing the nearby Haunted. Takeru reassures Oka that she doesn't have to shoulder this burden on her own, promising that she can rely on him. Before collapsing from exhaustion, he lays his head on her lap, with Oka admitting this isn't so bad. The chairman meets the imprisoned Aurora Witch, being Mari Nado, who's suffering from magical amnesia. He makes her an academy student, hoping to use her abilities to draw out Valhalla. At the academy, the chairman explains that Lapis is a sword-type relic who chose Takeru, this being because of his sword skills. With her choosing to remain in the human form, he enrolls her into the 35th Platoon, under the alias of Takeru's sister. Since their unit was the one to defeat King Arthur, he's giving them a special mission. The chairman orders for the 35th Platoon to guard Mari, revealing that she's a witch, who's going to become an Inquisitor. Oka's enraged by this, at having to protect a witch. Mari's outfitted with a Gleipnir necklace that will explode if she uses any magic. Mari wants to be left alone, but the others are agreeing, except for Ootori, who wants to keep an eye on her, making the other girls stare at her. Mari and Ootori immediately fight each other, which gets worse as they start to compete in class, with Ootori being more physically fit and more capable, and Mari being more intellectually capable. Takeru doesn't care that Mari's a witch, and treats her like a normal member of the team. Mari expresses her desires to use magic to help people, finding Takeru different, with him not hating her or fearing her, and the two of them become friends. Elsewhere, Haunted is obsessed with Mari, recalling how Mari agreed to work for him if he didn't harm the innocent, with him wanting to see her face as she's angry, with him wanting to see her angered face as he did so, wanting to corner the girl, with him already erasing her memory and framing her for the crime. Meanwhile, Oka and Mari are fighting, with Takeru trying to stop them, but he's unable to. But during this fight, Ootori realizes that Takeru has been calling Mari by her first name. Seeing this reaction by her, Mari starts to pick a fight with her, with the girls attempting to make each other jealous. Yusuke yells at them, saying they have bigger problems to focus on, with this being the fall mock battle tournament that she signed them up for. Mari's told to live with Takeru, with the chairman secretly plotting for her to be an easy target for Valhalla. Ootori gets jealous by this, not allowing them to be alone, insisting on her living with them to keep Mari away from possibly seducing Takeru. The girl gets terrified when she sees his apartment, with it appearing haunted, with a group of inquisitors listening on their conversations, with them staking them out to see if Valhalla will contact her. Takeru comes home early one day, seeing Mari bail out the shower. She asks for him to wait outside, but the boy can't move, with her becoming embarrassed by this, asking him not to stare for so long, with her not being confident in herself. Ootori gets scared of a ghost she imagines in the shower, with this ending with both of the girls on top of Takeru. With this being his life for now, Takeru knows this isn't his fault, but he's still punished. Mari tells Takeru that she's worried that being a witch makes her too different from the rest of her classmates, but he reassures her that it's gonna be okay. The 35th platoon struggles in the first mock battle, with a student taunting Takeru, but the boy trying not to be pissed off and just simply run in. But Tsuganami admits that might be a better option, telling him if he gets hurt even a little bit, she'll massage him all night, so he better win. Mari surprises everyone by using herself as a decoy, allowing the 35th platoon to win. Oka grudgingly admits they would have lost the battle without her, which embarrasses Mari. Tsuganami is thrilled that Mari accepted her new role as being the tsundere of the group. The 35th platoon celebrates their victory, except for Oka, who goes to deliver a report to the chairman, only to learn that Mari was a member of Valhalla and is being accused of murder. So this is where we're gonna leave off in today's video. If you liked the video, here's another one just like it, so you should go check it out. I'm gonna be breaking down this anime into multiple parts. Now if you liked the video, why not subscribe to the channel? I'll be uploading daily videos just like this one, so I'll see you next time.